morning show. What is it? Breakfast with Champions. You will hear me say that all the time, and I've been in this space for a couple of years, and I absolutely love it. Why do I love it? Because one, it's very, very motivating. And I don't know about you, but I'm a very motivated person. But sometimes it's very, very challenging to stay motivated. And that's where the education and the inspiration comes. And that is what we do here at BWC Business. We just had David in here talking about business. I love his segments, and it's perfect for today because I have a special guest today. Her name is Angeline. If you are looking to up level your business, if you're a new business, you're thinking about starting a business, this is the day you want to be here. If you normally take notes in here, you want to title this one, How to Double Your Income. Let's say that again. Someone write that in the chat for me. I'm looking to see. Oh my gosh. Hi, Edward. Thank you for being here. I'm guessing everyone knows me because no one gave me some stars in there. Stars in the chat. You know me. You know me. I'm going to scroll down and say good morning to some of you. I see Tarika in the building, Marilyn. I see Clarissa. I see my mother in the building. I want to acknowledge my tribe. Mahi, come on up to the stage. You know, everyone has a seat at the table, right? Bernadette, come on up to the stage, and good morning to each and every one of you. I also see Courtney. So before we get started, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. By the way, I am on my YouTube channel, and I said I do have a guest today. So you can click the link at the top, which is my link tree, and see all the things that I'm doing because I do all the things. You'll find my YouTube channel there. And I am a Traumedy energy coach. Now, fitness is my passion. Can you write in the chat what you are passionate about? I truly believe that God has given us each individual gifts. And with those gifts, it is our job, it is our responsibility to change the world. And that's what I'm doing through fitness because it's my passion. I run an online fitness boutique studio, and I realized I was more than just classes. I was more than just teaching classes. So I have a huge community. If you look on the stage, you'll see Renee. You'll also see Cynthia up here. You'll see my mother Hattie up here. This is part of my tribe that helps support this movement. And as I mentioned, it just keeps growing and growing and growing. Now, I am a Traumedy energy coach. And you're like, what is a Traumedy? A Traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When these two energies come together, life-changing experiences occur. I'm not going to go into my full story, but let's just say it's all about elevating your business. And when I started on BWC, I was running my business, but it wasn't that successful. Let's just say I had another job. So last year in November, I was really, really dialed in to BWC and a few other of the leaders on here. And think about a radio station. If you're in the middle of a station, you get static, right? There's no clarity. So when you have clarity on exactly what you want, exactly with where you want to go, what you want to achieve, who you want with you, it makes life so much easier. So today I want to share with you facts of how I grew my business and how you can grow your business. So I'm going back to this chat in here. Music is my passion. Okay, antioxidant water warrior. I love it. Tarika in the building. Type in the chat, all my entrepreneurs, just give me the number 1 if you are an entrepreneur. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, put a number 2 in there because this message that I'm going to go through is for everyone that's in that boat. So again, as I mentioned, I'm going to share my experience when I started, well, not when I started because I've been doing my own business for a while. Running my business, I really didn't know what I was doing. I was on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I was a little bit on LinkedIn, a little bit on Twitter, a little bit on TikTok. And then when it came to marketing my stuff, like your email list, I had my website, but honestly, I didn't understand how the automation things work. I didn't understand how to get the stuff out to people. And then I met this beautiful queen who I'm interviewing today. And within 2 months, I doubled my email list. And from 5 months from knowing her, and then the other woman on stage, Renee, I actually doubled my income. So I'm going to just mod Renee so she can change the link so you can actually see us on YouTube. And then once you get to YouTube, you know what I want you to do, right? I want you to subscribe. So when I started, I was just sending emails. I was just doing all sorts of automations, and I was paying money to so many different platforms. I had MailChimp I was paying Squarespace, I was paying Pay. I had so many things going on, and it's like, where is my money going? What am I doing? There was really no clarity. And then last year, at the end of the year, I decided, you know what? I learned a lot this year because last year was amazing for me. The prior year was just as good, but my business just really grew. So at the end of the year, I decided that all the information that I learned, I wanted to share with other people because I was like, if I would have known all of this stuff in January of 2022, I would have made so much money. I would have saved so much time. And then I dug even deeper. I said, you know what? Who else do I know that can share their knowledge, their information? You see Araya here on stage. I actually reached out to her because she has an amazing podcast. She currently is, and I don't know if you're available, Araya, to chat, to open your mouth. She now owns from last, this is just shows you how being around your vibe, your tribe makes you grow, right? And she's Blinka, so she can share. I wanted to open her mic in a second. She has her own television network. And how do you think she did that? By growing her mindset, by growing her tribe. So last year, when I said I want to share this information with the world, I reached out to Araya and I said, would you like to be a speaker at my event and talk about podcasts? Because I want a podcast. I've been talking about this for months, but I don't just want a podcast that's just on the network and the air and no one really listens. I want a podcast that's going to change the world. So she got on a conversation with me and she said, sure, I'll jump on, Tina. But this is what's so great about having amazing people. She didn't think about herself. She wasn't like, well, how many people can I get out of this? She said, who else can we get on board? Because she understands the importance of community. So she's like, well, let's get Barbara Majeski on here. And I was just like, I don't know her. How are we going to get her on there? And she really opened up my mindset. Yes, we had Barbara Majeski on there. And the event was amazing. So from that event, from working with Angeline, I was able to double my email list, which in a month, which is something I was trying to do all year long. So I know this is like off the spur. I don't know if she's able to speak, but I would love for Araya to just unmic and share what she's doing, how she's doing. Because today it's all about doubling your income and having a podcast. Guess what, guys? Will double your income. Go ahead, Araya.
Oh my God, Starstina, I love this. Well, being a Breakfast with Champions and having the microphone with you, Starstina, of course I'm available. I love being here. I listen in, I lean in. And so I was able to be right here at the microphone when you were talking because I heard your voice and your voice drew me even closer over to my iPad to listen to what you were saying because you are amazing. And I love this topic, Starstina. You are such a great example of this too because you're always innovating. You do what you do it so great, but you're always ready and willing to learn the next step and learn something new and gravitate, whether it's chat GPTs or whether it's YouTube videos or whatever it is, you're there. You always show up. And I think that's so great. So it's definitely using the creative power for others. And what I'm doing right now that I just encourage everybody to do is take your business, your idea to the next step, whatever that looks like, and feel the fear and do it anyway. So what's doubling my income and doubling my reach and doubling my legacy, how I help others right now, is taking the podcast for other people and helping other people now, other businesses, other shows, other people with a dream or a podcast that aren't fulfilling the biggest dream that they have, their wildest dream, and helping them turn that into a television show and helping them get it on and totally putting them on the network, the Amazon Fire, the Apple TV, the Roku within a moment. I know how to do this. I have it. I have the Limelight Network. So now I'm reaching back to everyone saying, here, you can have this too. I have multiple TV Telly Awards, multiple TV Davy Awards, the Emmy Award, all sorts of this. And I'm able now to say, hey, you can have this too. So I'm pouring in to people, opening up my playbook without reservation to double the reach, double the blessings I can give other people. So it's going to be all about you all now joining the airwaves, becoming all that you want to be, if that has been a dream of yours, to take your voice and make your voice visible to the television community, get into people's living rooms, get on their phones, not just through Instagram and Fireside and all the apps, but on television where people are watching, they're still watching, and where you can captivate them for 24 minutes to 54 minutes uninterrupted, stopping the scroll because it's uninterrupted for your fanatical fan base. So that's what I'm doing, Starstina. I'm so glad you're a part of it because I want to shine the limelight on great businesses so they can edutain their fanatical community that is waiting for them to show up in a bigger way. So let's do this. Double your reach If that's what you're excited about, you want to double your reach, let me know, because that's my specialty. I'm so excited to start this television network, and maybe you all will be the next show featured on my network. Starstina, you'rethebomb.com. If that's still the same, you're it. And I'm so you are gonna grade me there by so wonderfully. I can't wait.
Thank you so, Mama. And I hope you still have space here. So I want to give this an opportunity for anyone who's in the audience or whoever has a question about a podcast. Now, as she mentioned, I don't know if you understood what she just said, Araya has her own television network. So not only does she teach people how to do podcasts, I don't know how many more spots she has, but if you're looking to have your own television show, she has that available. Now, the one cool thing I love about this opportunity is you could be brand spanking new. You could know absolutely nothing about podcasts, but you have a passion, you have a vision. I see here, Antioxidant Water Warrior, come on up here and share with us, do you think having an extra, Araya, how many extra people do you get from having a podcast, would you say, in your world? 100, 200?
Oh my gosh. Well, the reach is 800,000, about 65,000 people watching it just on Apple TV. But I say I probably get a good group of, 40 to 50 new engagements, new people that come across my path because of it that I can realistically work and talk to, and some come into my world in all different ways. So it's amazing. But it also builds your credibility when you walk into rooms like this as well, where people want to get to know you and what you do because you have a television show. It just takes you up a notch.
I love it. Does anyone have any questions for Araya regarding podcasts? While we have her here for a couple more minutes, because today we're talking about how to double your income if you're an entrepreneur, and having a podcast, having a TV show is definitely one of those. Why is that? Because you're able to have access to more people. Once you have access to more people, you get to grow your email list. Once you have your email list, you're able to build your community and nourish all that good stuff. So I'm going to close my mouth for 30 seconds. So if anyone has a question, just raise your hand on mic. Ask your question to Araya. Otherwise, Araya, can you leave us with one little tip on what did I want to know before I met you? Is it hard to do a podcast? Because that's what I always thought before I met you.
Everything is hard when you try to do it alone and figure things out. If I was trying to do my taxes, it would be hard. Doing my taxes is easy because I have a professional that tells me exactly what she needs from me. I get it to her and she does my taxes. So I say, with you, Starstina, and fitness and health, is having good health and fitness hard? Yeah, if you got to do it alone, figure it out. It's just going to be a big fiasco if you don't know what you're doing. Have somebody to help you every step of the way. So doing a podcast is simple. It's not complicated unless you're not sure what to do and you have no idea how to connect the dots. So I make it simple and I show you how to have a television show and a podcast simultaneously. So it doesn't take extra work, extra shows. It's all in one. And I've been doing that for over 2 years, having both. So it is not hard if somebody like myself is there to help you. And I also help you be an excellent journalist type, great host. I give you those expertise on how to run it and be great. Not just have great lighting and microphones, but how to do it with excellence. Even if it's just a dream right now, you don't even know where to start. And it's so simply laid out. I am doing a free podcast coming up at the end of April, so my link is in my bio in Instagram. Come to my 3-day workshop, and you'll find out all the different ways to do it. If you want to take it further from there, then you'll know exactly what it entails. But any busy entrepreneur can do this. It does not take 40 hours a week by any stretch of the imagination.
Do you know what I love most about that answer, Araya, is you were honest and did not lie, because you said, it's hard, but it's not hard if you have a team. So I really appreciate that, just saying, it's going to be a little challenging, you might have to work, but it's simple, but you got to do it. So thank you so much for that. I see Brian and some others came up to the stage. Go ahead, Brian, you have a question?
No, I just wanted to give props to all the amazing females on this stage, including Araya, who just shared. And it's amazing to see so many amazing women in one place. That's all I want to say. I'm happy to share anything entertainment related, but I just wanted to say it's amazing to see just female moderators in a room, just like my Female Fridays today at 10 Pacific Standard Time. I love it. And we do it for entertainment, and I see you guys are doing it here. It's fantastic.
Hey, you are amazing. Where's your room that you were talking about that you said you do for entertainment only with all women? Where's that?
It's right. It's Female Fridays for Raiders Coffee Talk today at 10 o'clock PST right here on Clubhouse.
Well, thank you so much for giving us some big ups because, you know, it's Women's History Month. So, yes. Thank you.
Ryan, follow you. I'm so excited to meet you.
We've been doing it. We've been running it for 2 years, where all the female moderators of all walks of entertainment come into that room and they moderate the room, and all the men come to support.
Oh, so ladies, let's.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds
I'm
like-
following you, Brian.
I love it. Okay, guys, so we're going to transition. We were talking about podcasts. Today, we are talking about how to double your income. And before I get into that deeply, I'm just going to go into the chat because I hear people talking about their business. And 3 things that I want to talk about that's super important on how to double your business is, first of all, what is it that you're currently doing? Maybe you don't know what you're doing. Maybe you have no idea. Well, you got to decide what you want. And if you don't, you know, you can tap into me for a one-on-one discovery call, and I can support you to figuring out what your passion is and turning that passion into a business. Once you have that business, we'll figure out once you know what you're doing, how much do you want to make and why? Is it to pay your bills? Is it to help your grandchildren, your family, whatever? And then comes the meat and potatoes part of it. Marketing, follow-up, sales. Someone wants to write that in the chat. Marketing, follow-up, and sales. These are the 3 things that I have found have supported me with my business and having a plan, but of course, having people in it. So the woman, thank you, Z Roberts. The woman that I'm pulling to the stage, and again, if you're watching me, I'm pulling her to the screen right now. My newest friend, business partner, everything you want to call her, and she doesn't even know that I'm saying this to her, is the beautiful Angeline. And it's great to work with people that you know, like, and trust, and I trust her with every single thing. And as I mentioned, I tapped into her because I was just a little bit lost, and she kind of looked at where I was and what I was doing and really streamlined everything that I was doing. So when it comes to business, if anyone has questions or concerns, you know, how to scale their business, how to grow their business, come on up to the stage so you can start asking your questions. But I'm going to start with Angeline now so she can unmic. And for us regular folks, Angelina, I don't want the techie talk, okay? I will dumb it down if I can understand it. But just share with us how Kingdom Sparkle Agency can streamline everything you're doing and make it look pretty. And then you'll have the ability to pause and enjoy your life. All right, if you can just unmic on Clubhouse, Angeline, and share with us how you can support us.
Hello, Breakfast with Champions. Thank you so much, Stars. Tina, it's such an honor to be here and to speak with you. I'm Angeline Moore, the Virtual Director of Operations of the Kingdom Sparkle Agency. So what it is a way to streamline and simplify your systems in one spot where you can capture, nurture, and close on your leads. Because let's face it, as entrepreneurs, we want to do what we want to do, but doing it can sometimes get really chaotic. Yes, Stars knows that I can get super techie in all the terms, but essentially what that means is a spot to be able to see where your leads are coming in, and then be able to communicate with them in one spot. You can send text emails and text and emails to them and make sure they're following up. That follow-up is always key. Everyone always says it. And doing it in one spot has been such a huge game changer for me. One platform. There's so many tools out there, but finding a tool that will be able to do it all has been so amazing. And when I saw that this was needed, I tapped into it, and the Kingdom Sparkle Agency was born. So, you know what, automations is one of the huge things in KSA that I love the most, and that's what I showed Tina that she can, you know, really start setting up her automations for her daily blast, her daily social media post, her daily email marketing campaigns to really get in to the eyes and ears of her audience and start growing that, and also capturing it and moving away from spreadsheets so that she doesn't have to copy paste communications to her email list when she sends everything out. So with that, I am complete.
Love it, love it, love it. So just to recap, and I have a question for you, Queen Cynthia, because I know she's a new business owner.
I can't hear you, sorry.
Oh, thank you, Mama. I was muted. Thank you. So I was saying that I want to ask Queen Cynthia a question because she's a new business owner. And sometimes we tend to change what we're doing to look good on social media, which is super important. But again, we have to get the word out there. So I just want to talk about the importance of follow-up, because we talked about marketing, and Angeline and myself, when we did our Elevate Your Business event in December, it was the follow-up for me, the automation of the text messages. So for example, our event was Saturday at 9 a.m. And prior to the event, I don't know when she did it, but she set up all these reminder text messages. I don't know if she did emails. Can you share with the people exactly what you did? And the reason why I'm asking her to share is because so many people reached out to me. Oh my gosh, Tina, you're so amazing. How did you, thank you for reminding me. And I felt like saying, well, I did tell them, it wasn't me, it was the automation. But it makes your business look professional, organized. Can you tell us what you did? And the reason why this is so important is because the event started at 9, and it reminded people, because I don't know about you, but I signed up for everything. And then I forgot. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then we had a lunch break and she reminded them again. And then after the event, it was, well, here you go if you missed some part of it. So I'm going to shut up. Angeline, can you share how whatever it is beautiful KSA did in December to make that event amazing?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's what everybody knows as a funnel. Right? Everybody either cringes at the word or loves the word funnel, but that's pretty much what it was. It was our event automation funnel, where first they were registered for the event. And then once we captured that information, we were able to trigger automations to be set up at specific times on the back end to remind them, send email blasts, where to go, how to find you. And then the text messages was key, where we captured their phone number to let them know, hey, we're starting, we're live, here's the link, send it. And then because the event was all day, as each speaker spoke, I was able to automate and let them know, guess what? Barb Majeski's in the house. Are you ready to hear her? So that you can tap into your favorite speaker as well, because we all have busy lives. It was a Saturday, so all the commitment of the people that showed up and stayed the entire time, I was amazed. But people could pop in and pop out as needed. So then I was able to send them and remind them, hey, guess what? Marcus Black is in the building and he's ready to pour into you. Jump in right now. Megan DiMartino's in the building. Let's go. Let's hear it. Mighty Mel's in the building. So it was super fun. Plus, when it got to that time where everybody's hungry, I know I get hangry, and I'm like, all right, I know y'all took a break and you probably had some lunch. You're fueled and ready to go. Don't get a sleepy nap, but jump back in. So it was really cool to be able to set that up and see that the engagement and the attendance stayed consistent throughout. As people, knew about the event. So,
and Angeline, you're right. It was a lot of fun, and that was the most people I ever had in a Zoom. I got to swipey swipe. I was like, oh my gosh, look at all these people! It was so much fun. And Angeline, I just made a little, I don't know if you call them acronym or what, for the word funnel, because we do hear that word funnels all the time. But before we get into this acronym and the rest of this conversation, I want us to share the room out in the hallway. So if you hear my voice right now, maybe you're at your desk, maybe you're on the other side of the room, do me a favor, click that little arrow and just share this out in the Clubhouse streets. If you know someone who has a business, maybe you copy the link and you text it to them, because as I mentioned, BWC is one of the most amazing places you can be, because it supports you to grow your business, your mindset, your nutrition, your fitness, all that wonderful stuff. Really quick about funnels that I want to share with you. Are you ready? And I just made this up as you were talking. F, fun. Write this in the chat, Renee, for me. Help me out. F, fun. Funnels are fun. Yay! It's all your mindset, right? Make it fun. And it is fun when we were doing that event to get the people together. Plus, it makes life so much easier, and I don't know about you, but I like easy peasy. All right, so I need you on your stage. If you're on stage, unmic for me. When I say F, I want you to scream out fun. Are you ready? F. Okay, thank you. We're getting there. So for the letter F in funnels, it's all about your funnels and having fun. Here we go. Okay, when I say you scream out you. You! Yay, we'll get this together. Thank you guys. I'm making you move. I want you to listen to me. You can do this. You can do anything. I know it sounds very complicated, but in the last few months, I said, you know what? A while ago, people were talking about virtual assistants. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to get a virtual assistant. And I got one and it kind of went south. And then I just kind of sat still with myself and I paused and I was like, it really isn't that hard. It's not that challenging. Set an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours down a day, or maybe on Sunday. That's what I do on Sunday. That is my marketing, my planning day. That's what's so great about KSA. I can plan all of my emails. I can plan all of my posts to social media. So you can do this. Here we go. When I say N, you scream out N. N! Yeah. Ooh, I hear some singers in the building. No excuses. That is my tagline. No excuses. You are amazing. I don't care what the excuse is. Let me tell you guys, this is how amazing my tribe is. Angeline texted me the other morning and she's like, she didn't even ask me. So this is how I know she gets me. She said, you're doing a 90-day challenge, blah, 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 blah. She just goes on. I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, oh, okay. A 90-day email and text blast challenge. I was just like, okay. So for every single day for the next 90 days, you know, she's put a plan together for me to do this for my business. And that's what we can do for you. So by the way, if you want to be a part of my email tribe, my email, it's amazing. And what it is, it's based on my business. It's personalized for my business. I run an online fitness boutique studio. Yes. My main program is my mind and body transformation program. So she cultivated a marketing plan through email blast for the next 90 days. Surrounded by the foundation of my program, which is mindset, heart set, nutrition, and exercise. So for the next 90 days, you're going to get a little peek into what our program does, into what we do. So that's N, no excuses. Am I nervous? Am I scared? Yes. That one day I may be like, I don't feel it, but it's no excuses. So when it comes with funnels, there's no excuses. Here we go. We got the second N. When I say N, you're going to unmic and you're going to say N. N! Yay! Never give up. Never, 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 never give up. The only way you can fail is if you give up. Trust me, you can ask any successful person. That's the only way you can fail. I mean, if you fail, I love failing. I don't know about you. I like to fail forward. When you fail forward, you're going to do like Les Brown says, turn over and get up. If you can look up, you can give up, but never give up. If you don't understand something, ask someone. Maybe you have to change your plans. We were talking about this last night on Megan DiMartino's event. I was one of her guest speakers, and Angelina asked the question about commitment. And what if you commit to something and then, you know, it just doesn't go right? Sometimes in life, you have to change your plan, but never give up on the main plan. Okay, here we go. E, repeat after me. E. Yes, I heard someone. Let's try that again. Unmic, everybody. E. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Easy money. My angel sent me a video by some preacher. I don't know who he is, but he was talking about easy money. Easy money. My daughter always talks about money flows freely to her, and she's very successful. She's a professional dancer in California now, and we were doing. She just visited me. She left yesterday. And she was speaking to some of her older friends who are choreographers. And she asked them, what would you do differently, you know, if it was 10 years prior? And they said investment. They were talking about money. And she said, you know what? I don't do what I do for money because money just flows to me with effortless ease. And she said, it was funny when she said this. She says, as a child, you know, my mother never stressed about money. I was never like, oh, we can't have this. Now, mind you, I was not rich. I was just like, whatever, money comes, money goes, because money just always came when I needed it. If it was a school trip and I needed money, well, then I just went out and did something, whether it was doing a photo shoot, doing makeup, my regular job. I never just had one job. I was like the Jamaicans. I had one job, two job, three job, you know, I was doing someone's whatever. So never make excuses and think of it as easy money. That's what a funnel will do for you. Unlimited income when you're not even thinking about it. All right, last letter is L. Everybody on my last letter, I want this super from the gut, from the belly. L. Yay, thank you. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. I can't sing, you know that already. I'm doing a little level up dance right now. Funnels will level up your business. They will make you look good. They will make you feel good. They're amazing. So I want to invite you to start getting funnels. And if you're listening, like, what is she talking about? I have no idea. Angeline, I think I modded you. Can you put your link at the top? Because I asked Angeline when actually I'm subbing today, I'm filling in for Christina, the wonderful Christina Howard, who we love so much. I'm filling in for her. And I said, you know what, Angeline, do you have any specials that we can share with the people? Because one reason why people don't change or do different things is one, it's a price thing. Oh, it costs too much money. So KSA is similar to Kajabi. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with Kajabi. These are sites where you can build websites and do all the things. So I was on Squarespace before this one. And the cool thing about this, I don't know if you guys have course classes. If you teach classes, you can put all of that into this system. So I run an online fitness boutique studio. So I had the opportunity to have my classes right in the system, right in the app. I also am working on a course. So say, for example, someone says, you know what, Tina, I don't have the time to do your group coaching program, which is through Zoom. But if you have a video course, I would love to do it. So I had the opportunity to use this KSA platform to have my courses on here. And there's 3 different tiers to this program, which you can use, which is absolutely amazing. I'm going to pause my voice for a bit and so I can hear from you. Anyone who's listening, if you have any questions, comments, if you don't understand what I'm saying, just unmic and ask me your question. Maybe you're struggling with something in your business. I can support you with that. Angeline can support you with that. Unmic, let me hear your question.
I'll just say I'm proud of both of you guys because Angeline I've known from Rise and Grind. And I remember when she started out and I just now, like, I'll say something to somebody and they're like, oh, Angeline's running that. And then I said something else about like somebody else's graphic. They're like, oh, Angeline did that. And you're partnered with her. And I'm like, oh, Angeline did that. I'm like, good for you, Angeline. Proud of you.
Thank you so much for that, Marilyn. And I think it's just when you support other women, you get that vibe, that feeling, right? You know who's in your tribe. And it's funny, you get that little flutter in your heart, the good flutter or the bad flutter, right? You ever meet those people and you're like, yeah, I'm quick to cut people, but in a nice sort of way. I just kind of like just stop talking. But it's super important that you have that feeling of growth, and you have to have that when you're in business and wanting to grow your business. Cynthia, give me your question. Do you have any questions in regards to growing your business, how to grow your business? If so, I would, because we love Cynthia here. Mike, share with me what you do, Cynthia, and if you have any struggles or challenges to grow your business.
I knew it. I just couldn't just sit on stage and listen to you and Angeline talk business and write down the tips. So what I do is mental health coloring books for adults. But it's so fun, and I don't like it. But yeah, I need an Angeline in my life. Because everybody keeps saying, "Oh, your coloring books are so nice," but I'm not seeing the niceness with the greenness behind it. So that's not the main reason why I did the coloring books, but it's like we need air to breathe. We also need money to live, don't we? So, but I just need the funnels. I know with that would grow my business. It would get the people that I'm targeting to see what I can do and how much it can help them with their mental health. So,
okay, here we go. We're gonna Angeline and I are going to go back and forth. First of all, explaining exactly what a funnel is and how you can use it towards your business. Because when you hear these things at first, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to ClickFunnels, I'm going to order this, I'm going to do that. And you're paying all this money. Because think about it, I don't know about you guys, everyone's always selling something. And it's like you buy this and you buy that, but what are you really learning? So first of all, I'm going to share my thoughts on it, and then I want Angeline to share her thoughts on it as well. Before you even get into funnels, I believe it's very important for you to understand what you have to offer. And my amazing coach, Dr. Fred, sat down with me and said, okay, Tina, well, actually before Dr. Fred, it was TM because he was my coach as well. I'm sorry to laugh, guys, because it's funny when I look back at where I started and where I am right now. So when TM was my coach, he went to my website and I probably had about 10 or 15 different offers. I even had a $20 offer on my site, guys, where you could take only Saturday classes for $20. I had, you name it. And he said, girl, first of all, it's too complicated. Keep it simple. That's what TM had told me. And he says this all the time, that keep the main thing, the main thing. So you have to know what you're offering. And then as I told you, I'm with Dr. Fred, he said to me, okay, Tina, let's make a ladder, a value ladder of your programs, of what you have. And then not only having and what is a value ladder? That's having from the bottom all the way to the top. So your highest offer to your bottom offer. And maybe you're like, I don't have any offers at all. Well, then tap into me, tap into Angeline or your tribe to cultivate something for yourself. And it's also really good to have a free offer or what they call a lead magnet. You're probably like, I don't have a lead magnet. Because I remember before I got on Clubhouse, one of my daughter's friends, he was like, oh, you need to write an ebook. And I was like, what am I going to write about? I don't know anything. As we don't realize how much we really know. So as time went on and I started to grow my business, I actually wrote an ebook on something that was deep to my heart, morning and evening rituals. Because in 2021, I had an amazing year. And I thought, well, how the heck did you do this, Tina? So I realized it was with my morning and evening ritual. So that's the bottom level of my ladder. It's a lead magnet. So you got to have a lead magnet to pull the people in. Now I'm going to go one step further. Before you pull the people in, I say, this is something that I did, go to all your platforms and know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, there's no way you're going to grow. If you were to ask me, okay, it's not in front of me right now, but I do know them. How many followers do I have on Facebook? How many followers on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, Snapchat, whatever it is, I know all the numbers. So once I know how many people, then I have an idea. Okay, well, if I have 2,000 followers on Instagram, and if I put an offer in, even if 1% buys, I'm making X amount of money. Do you understand why it's so important to know your numbers? So when we get back to that ladder, to that funnel, you have your first offer, then your second offer, your third, all the way up. And then you're able to market. And the funnel helps you do that. I'm going to close my mouth and let Angeline take over or continue for her thoughts. Do you agree, disagree? Talk to me, Angeline. What are your thoughts when you think of funnels and what I just said?
Yes, I absolutely agree with you there. Sorry, I didn't want to sound like I jumped, but I did. My light keeps turning off. Sorry, tech issues for the tech girl. So yes, I completely agree. And I feel like the first thing is that you do have to be aligned with everything. And I always say when you come into KSA that my goal is to help activate, align, and amplify your sparkle. And whatever that is that you have been given and gifted. And activating that is making sure that you know what your gift is, what your sparkle is, and knowing and starting, just start, right? Get off the scary. And funnels is a big word, but like Tina said, it can be very, very fun once you just start, activate it, get going, and let's go. Then when you start aligning with what that means and what your goals are, you can really dive into the next steps and putting it into place and seeing it work. And then you can amplify all of that to really reach everything. So I hope that made sense to somebody. But yes, when you do the funnels and you do the things, it'll save you time and money. It'll help you connect with your audience. You'll increase your conversions. Everybody loves conversions. Green, Cynthia is talking about that green, right? And then it will help you provide the valuable data and insights to continue to grow. So super powerful tool, not scary at all. And yeah.
Love it. So pretty much, Cynthia, did any of that help at all? Because I could go on for days, girlfriend.
Yeah, it helped a lot. It really does. Like you said, it can't be scary. So even the challenge, I was listening to you on IG, I said, that sounds good. Maybe I need to join it. But yeah, it helps knowing the numbers that I know. So I'm taking the right steps and just getting the level of offers and taking it from there.
Yes, and also having a plan. For example, let's just say someone wants to tap into your business and say, hey, I want to order whatever. Do you have a form or something to get their information? Because I remember when I started, people would say, oh, I want to join, and I'd scuffle for an email. Let me make this email up. Let me do this. If you have your stuff already planned, it makes it super simple, and you want to be organized with the people that you have coming through, because when they come through, they're going to say, well, she's not even organized. She didn't even answer my email. Why am I going to work with her? I don't know about you, but I say this all the time. You can only make a first impression once. That's it. So when someone hits you up on Instagram or socials or whatever, you want to acknowledge them right away, follow up. And it's a lot, because if you think about it, there's about 7 to 10 different platforms, at least for myself, that I'm on. And it's very challenging to tap into all of those at once. So I hope is she still here? Yes, Antonia is still here. So we just finished talking about, if you're just tapping into the room, we're talking about how to double your income if you're running a business or starting your business. And I was saying it's super important to have funnels, your marketing, having a marketing plan, just really sitting still. Decide how much money you want to make. If it's $10,000 a month, break that down by the week. How much do you need to make in that week? How many clients? And then your marketing plan. And we all talk. I don't know about you. I talk, it's like, you know what? Yeah, you do this, you do that. But no, sit your behind down, make a plan, and just do it. Maybe it's challenging for you to do it by yourself. Grab your kid, grab your mother. When I had my modeling company, I want to tap into a question that Antonia put in there. You can only make a first impression once. So true. Antonio Tati, I went to your link, and the question in the chat is, how can we increase our self-esteem to start a business? Two things I'm going to say. First of all, to start a business, you already have a business. I don't care. Everyone on this stage, you already have a business. If you're a mother, if you're an actress, if you're a daughter, if you're working at Chick-fil-A, I don't care. You already have a business because you are your business. Once you get into your business, guess what? It's all about personal branding, right? It's about you. And as I looked at your link here, Antonia, beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. If you guys didn't see, I want you to go follow Antonia Batten, bestseller, Harlem, the Black Mecca, the Harlem Renaissance Time Travel Girls, Children's Pictorial Culture and Adventure book in global distribution. Order now. So, Antonia, if I were you, being that I know that Dora Maria she didn't just publish. She everyone's talking about her book, right? I would DM Dora Maria, hey, can I send you one of these books? Blah, blah, blah. It's all about collaboration, working with other people. So when you're nervous about doing things on your own, guess what? You grab someone else with you. You also borrow the faith. That's why I believe when I first began, I collaborated with so many people. Guys, when I first came into this room, Breakfast with Champions, I remember I had a notebook, and I legit, the first time was on here 3 days straight, taking notes. I was like, I would prepare before I even raised my hand. I would write down my question, because back in the day, there were so many people, they were like, say your question. They didn't, pretty much it was like, say your question and shut up. Because a lot of people would just talk. Okay, what is your question? So I was prepared. And when I had the opportunity to come on board, and I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, I love this space. I went to an event. So if you're not going to the Dallas event, what link do we have at the top? Angeline, I made you, can you put your link at the top, Angeline? I don't know if you're able to do that. BWC has an in-person event in 3 weeks. Put some stars in the chat if you're going to Dallas, and I'm going to share with you why it's so important. 2 years ago, BWC was having an event in New York. And it's so funny. I wanted to go so bad. I currently live in North Carolina right now. And I always say, if something is meant to be, it will be. And I was in New Jersey at the time having an event for my son. And I was like, you know what? if God wants this to happen, he's going to make it happen. And one of the ladies that was coordinating the event at the time, her name was Vernita. She said she needed some help. So I reached out to her and I said, can I be a volunteer? So I was able to go to the first event in New York, which was amazing. And I got to meet Glenn and Ramon. And this is where the power of giving really pays off, your karma. I'm just a naturally giving person. This particular day I came to the event, I saw Ramon, he sponsored lunch for the event. And it was from Panera Bread, and there were trays and trays and trays of food. And I was like, let me help you. So I helped him carry all the food upstairs, and then I served the food just because I could see it was just him. And from that, we just kind of had a back channel conversation of giving and giving. And one day I hit him up and I said, Ramon, I really want to speak on the stage of BWC. You guys know Trevor, he's in here, he runs rooms. And Trevor had a contest, and I actually won the contest. So I got a 30-minute segment with him. And I was like, I was so excited. I was screaming for my little 30-minute segment. And fast forward, I hit up Ramon. I'm like, I really want to speak. They had all these contests. And he says, well, reach out to Dora Maria, gave me some tips. And it was just giving. So to answer your question even deeper, Antonia, increasing my self-esteem, the way I did it was borrowing other people's strengths, other people's power. And then I kind of felt more confident myself. And to be honest, there's a little tiny baby bit of imposter syndrome still on my head, because it's scary, when you're talking to millionaires. But you know what? I am no different than you. You are no different than Glenn, than Grant, than anyone that comes on this stage. Because I truly believe that God creates us all special. I was speaking with my daughter yesterday, and she was saying something, and she's like, you know what? Stop comparing yourself to other people. That's the worst thing we can do. Well, such and such has this. You don't know what that person went through. You don't know what struggles, what battles. Some people say, oh, well, she's so lucky. Really? Well, can you even go through what I've gone through? People may look at me and say, oh, well, she got it. You couldn't even go through half of what I've gotten through. Antonio, if you're able to come on stage, I would love to hear from you. I don't know if you're able to chat, so we can, support you even deeper. And if you're in the space, you notice there's a link at the top. That is a special offer that Angeline has for her program, which is Kingdom Sparkle Agency. There's 3 different levels if you're looking to grow your business the smart way, working smart, not hard. And the cool thing about it, guys, is she guides you every step of the way. If you're like, I don't know how to make a website, I don't know how to make a whatever, whether it's Canva, because we are a team, right? You see Renee up here, you see Quinn Cynthia, you see my mom. We have others as well. I think I saw Chris on the bottom. So everyone's working together to support one another. Anyone else have a question, a comment before I move on? I would love to hear from you. I understand the afternoon rooms can be a bit quiet. People are at work. So I'm going to bring my tone down just a bit. And I'm going to talk about, there's so many things I can talk about, guys. Like, I can talk about my mastermind on mindset. But I really want to get into the Dallas event. And I'm putting together a vision board recap event. And it's all about leveraging your time. Right? A couple months ago, as you know, Glenn won the Great American Speak Off contest. And the most ironic thing is, when that contest was going on, he did the virtual one, I did the virtual one as well. And Angeline, you did it too, I remember. Like, I really did it at the last minute. I found it on a Thursday. The competition was on a Saturday. It was all day long. And I remember I found out Angeline was a part of it because they were mentioning the people that got to the next level. The first level, you had 1 minute to speak. That's it. You had 1 minute, and then you got advanced to the next level. And I saw Angeline was like in the first group, guys. I was like, oh, that's amazing. I'm so happy for her. And then the names are scrolling. And then I saw Glenn. I was like, oh, Glenn Lundy. Oh my gosh. And the names are going. And I'm like, I don't see my name. I want to cry. I'm like, where is my name, please? And then finally, I was on the last screen to advance to the next level. So Angeline, myself, and Glenn Lundy got advanced to the next level, which was the gold badge or whatever the heck you call it. I don't know. And then from then they chose some more people. I didn't get chosen. Did you get chosen, Angeline? No, you didn't.
No, that was the next one, though, where they got the golden ticket.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
It was
the finals to get to the golden ticket.
Yes, but I don't know about you. I was excited just to get to that next stage, because to be amongst those people. So I say that to say Glenn went somewhere else to compete. He went to Miami. So he went to Miami to compete, and I was actually watching on Brielle's Instagram page. And if you know me, I am a cheerleader. Anyway, I was watching Glenn on Instagram. And I said, if he wins, I have to go to Vegas. Now, Vegas was the Grant Cardone event. And this is where your mindset comes into play. You can make anything happen. And if you know, those tickets to go to the 10X conference were not cheap. I don't live in Vegas. So not only did I have to buy a ticket, but I had to get a plane ride there because I don't own my own plane. Then I had to get the hotel. But my mind said, you know what? If Glenn wins, I'm getting there. And guess what? I got there, hook up by crook. I got to support him. If you guys would have saw me, my girl Mindy came with me and I had her make these huge posters with him and his family. And I legit was running around the entire conference room, holding up the posters, so people could see, people could vote for him. They tried to kick me out. I was like, no. And I say that to say, surrounding yourself with people that are amazing will help build your self-esteem. We went out to dinner with Glenn one of the nights there, and I am going to have a plane one day. If you go to my website, you'll see me next to my plane. It's a black jet with red leather seats inside. So I had a conversation with Glenn and I was like, how did you do it? Why? Give me all the details. Do you think that built my self-esteem for my plane when I get it? And the last day when I was leaving, I was like, I'm leaving. He gives me a hug and Glenn said, hold up, wait a minute. He pulls out his phone and he's like, can I take a picture with you? And I was like, wow, he's like, people always want to take pictures with me, but I just want to thank you for coming and supporting me. And people don't forget things like that. So Antonia, surround yourself with amazing people, support them. And that's going to help you with your self-esteem as well when it comes to your business. We're talking about the Dallas event. That's where I'm going with this conversation. I'm sorry, I kind of got lost track. We're having a vision board event in Dallas. If you're able to come to Dallas, it's going to be amazing. Trevor speaking, Glenn speaking, TM, a whole bunch of amazing humans. Yes, this app is yes, YouTube is great. But when you're able to stand with these people and feel their energy, guys, life-changing moments happen. Last year, when I went to Kentucky to the Grow Your Business for God's Sake. What's the name of it? Angeline, help me out. I'm getting a brain freeze.
Yeah, Grow Your Business for God's Sake. Yeah.
Grow Your Business for God's Sake. I was able to meet TM. He's one of the major hosts on here. And I said to him, I heard him speak, and I said, I have a boys nonprofit program I need support with. And he said, sure. He gave me one of his phone numbers because he has many phone numbers. And we had gone back and forth. Long story short, TM supported me with my nonprofit so much. I was able to collect 300 pairs of sneakers, and my daughter and I are taking them to Nigeria in June. If I never would have met TM, I never would have grown my mindset to do this. Not only that, I did an event in the few months ago, I'm getting a brain freeze, February in New Jersey. I was like, I'm not going to do this. And he spoke up here on BWC, and all the people poured into me, and it gave me the strength. It gave me the courage. So in closing with this whole self-esteem and mindset, surround yourself with amazing people, and don't be afraid to open your mouth, because closed mouths don't get fed, right? You got to open your mouth. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. If you want the oil, if you want the easy money, you got to open your mouth. And that's what I did. That's how I got to be where I am right now. So if you're not signed up for the Dallas event, sign up for the Dallas event. I think we have one spot in our room. Angeline's coming with me, Mindy, some other people. We got an Airbnb. I think we have a pool there. I don't know. We're going horseback riding. We're going dancing the night before. What else are we? Oh, and the vision board event. Duh. So if you go to bwcdaily.com, I repeat, bwcdaily.com, go there, sign up, because if you miss a segment here, guess what? You can get the writings on the site. We write all the segments there. And not only that, you can sign up for the vision board event. And before the event, I actually give you some homework so that you're prepared and get you ready for all that wonderful good stuff. So if you're looking to up-level your mindset, your fitness, your nutrition, I want you to tap into me, because I am your Traumedy energy coach. I have weekly classes. I have all sorts of wonderful stuff. I'm going to throw it over to Angeline before we get out of here, because she is so amazing. She's working with so many people. Last night I did an event with her and Megan DiMartino. And Angeline, I just want you to share why, because I don't know about you guys. Sometimes I don't understand. People like Angeline scare me a little bit. It's like, why are you being so nice? Why are you doing all these good things? Angeline, can you share your why? You know, why you're so amazing?
So the why is always the big thing, right? What drives you? Why are you doing things? So thank you so much, Shar. This is such an amazing segment. I love hearing you speak always, and thank you. I'm honored that you asked me to speak with you on here. My why really is because I know that God has given me these gifts and talents to help activate, align, and amplify others. And not only my family is always my why. My kids are always my why. I have 3 boys, and I'm, my 3 sunshines, as I call them, and, my husband, and they're always going to be my why. But my bigger why is I want to make a bigger impact to the world, because I want to grow his kingdom. Kingdom Sparkle Agency, that name, wasn't a coincidence that it was given to me as a download to start this movement that I've started. And I call them God instances, because I don't believe in coincidences anymore. As I continue and grow in my own walks, it's truly been a God instance, and it's all him. It's all for his glory. And that's my why. That's my heartbeat when it comes to it. And so with that, I'm going to throw it in the chat too, but if for the first 5 action takers, if you text KSA 90 to 407-565-975, you will get a fast action taker price of $197 a month for the first 3 months. So you'll get the premium tier of the KSA platform. So that unlocks all the things where you can build a funnel, build a website, build a membership, do the automations, all the things. And that will also include a monthly group session for your 90-day marketing launch masterclass that I'll hold with the first 5 to do it. So I'll drop it in the chat again, the number 407-565-9375, because my heart is to give back, and I'm excited. So thank you, stars. This is amazing. I can't wait for Dallas. You guys, I just pinned the link to the top. Join us at BWC Dallas, the Champions Business Conference. It's going to be amazing. And sign up for the vision board. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
Yay, yay, yay. I just want to say you all are amazing, and I'm so grateful to be here. If you want to hear me again, come back Monday, 5 a.m. to grow your mindset and grow your business and all that wonderful stuff. And as we end, I want to give an extra special shout out to that woman you see there. You guys see that woman named Hattie? Can you just go and give my mother, why do you have that picture up there, mommy? Oh my gosh. Anyway, give my mother a follow, because I'm so stinking proud of her. She has grown so much from being in this space, her mindset, the way she thinks. And she's got a birthday coming up. She's turning 70, and hopefully she can celebrate with us in Dallas. But if you're, they say an old dog can't learn new tricks. I'm not calling you a dog, mommy. I'm not calling you a dog. But if my mother can change and transform, anyone can. So come to the Dallas event. I'm super excited, super grateful to turn the mic over to the wonderful Pamski. I met Pamski through Mom's Link. I actually interviewed her once, another amazing human with a wonderful heart and soul. All right, Pam, I'm throwing it over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. I am so happy to be here. Thank you, Tina. Great